Here we go.
We're recording.
We're recording. Let me share my screen.
Hey, Amy. Carolyn, I saw you in the kitchen. I'm glad you're back.
You guys see the screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay. Hey, Amy. All right.
Hi.
So we're going to get started. We thank you guys for jumping on tonight, or if you're hopefully listening to this recording. Got lots to share, so we'll have a time for Q&A at the end as well. So take it away, Holly.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you guys so much for getting on. As Dana said, sorry, I'm moving my notes around so I can see my whole screen and my notes at the same time. But it is celebration time. We have two of our newest directors that we want to take a few minutes. So if everybody will give a big woohoo, woohoo for Amy Kratz and Kate Hall. Amy, yay! I see your smiling face. We are so excited to have you guys on here. I'm not sure we've done a lot of these since you guys promoted. So we are just super, super excited and encouraged by your presence in our leadership team.
Yes, way to go. And Amy, it was awesome to meet you at the retreat. I love those retreats. I think it really helps us get to know each other and just build that relationship. So welcome. We're excited. Welcome back, I should say, and we're excited you're here. So the big news of the day, how many of you guys could get on the 10 o'clock call this morning? Anybody get on? Okay.
I got on when I got home.
Okay. So a couple of you. So maybe this might be new, or I'm sure you probably are like Tiffany and had to jump on as soon as you got home if you could not listen. Or I even posted the pictures. I didn't want you guys to miss out. So they announced the trip today. Super, super exciting. And we've got some of the slides I'm going to share with you guys. These are repeat slides. But sometimes, like I did today, this evening, I was just trying to let it all sink in. Sorry, y'all. I heard a kid coughing upstairs. Sorry. So anyway, this is our leadership incentive trip. The dates are September the 10th through the 15th, and the earning period starts October 1st. Your requirements right there on the screen. Really, the only new thing is for SDs and above, team skill requirements were lessened by 10%. So, yes. Yeah, very much a relief, I think, for a lot of SDs and above. So super excited about that. And the other really, really big thing is PICAs. They do not have to be active at the end of the earning period. They said that was really hard to track, for one thing. Well, I guess that was the main thing, that it was super, super hard to track. So PICAs do not have to still be active. They did tell us, Holly and I had a SCD call yesterday, that with this and the PICAs not having to be tracked, that, and Holly, jump in if you know the right wording, because I'm sure I don't know the right terminology, but basically the, when you earn the trip, it's going to be double and triple checked.
They are going to be doing an increased number of audits.
There you go.
Is what they said.
Yes, yeah. You know, one thing she said is if you have a PICA that sold $1,000 or $1,001, those kind of things raise that flag. So just.
And I think Kate's wording of the day was that it had to be ethical, not active.
Right.
So ethical, not what?
She said ethical, not active, because they didn't necessarily have to be active at the end of the earning period, those PICAs. So
right, yeah.
Ethical, not active.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Okay. So those are kind of just some things that they went over today, and we just kind of went over as well. So they have lowered the STAR requirement for the trip for two, and there is only a trip for two. And I love to know the why. I'm a why kind of girl. I like to know the why. And they just said with the close quarters of the cruise and the stuff, it would just be much easier to have it all for just like the trip for two. So, and that's with the 15 stars. There we go. So for your 15 stars cruise for 2, you have to get your way to Orlando. You receive a $500 gift card that you can use for whatever if you need to, and then of course 31 will cover your parking expenses. They did share on the call that Holly and I had that the top shelf drink package for this cruise ship is $250. Now I don't know exactly what the top shelf drink package includes, but that. So okay, so 18 stars gives you the cruise for 2, and that is where 31 will provide your travel arrangements. Okay, so when you get that 18 stars, they will get you down there, and then your gift card is increased to $750. In the level 3, 25 stars is your cruise for 2, and it's everything that the 18 stars does, but this is your ultra earner, and of course you get those extra perks, special things, and one being the neat advantages of being with Scott and Cindy. So there's some amazing tools on TOT right now. So if you guys hadn't been on there and checked those out yet, make sure that you do. The first thing is to reflect, and I love this. If you hadn't had time to do that over the next couple of days. Reflect, where have you been and where are you now? A really good way for you to see where you need to focus on, where your work needs to be, is to see where you, either if you've earned it last year, where you're at, or if you didn't earn it last year, see where your numbers fell. Okay, so the first part of that is to reflect, and this tool is on 31 today. The next part is to set those goals. This sheet is all laid out there so you can map out how you're going to earn it. That's the beauty of this, is earning these stars. You can earn it after your base of getting, your base of your 2 stars for your PV, your 2 stars for your team volume, and your 2 PICAs. After that base, you can choose how you want to earn this trip. Okay, so you want to set those goals. And then your plan. What's it going to look like each month? Okay, what is your plan? So, any questions about what they announced today as far as the requirements of the LIT? Are you guys excited? What is your vibe? What are you thinking about this? And if you're muted, you can type in the little box if you need to. Oh, somebody's saying something.
I just said I'm really excited. I can picture it. I can see us all on it. I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Me too.
Well, and I love where I just feel like that this, I've never been on a cruise, so I feel like that this is something for everyone. So, there's going to be tons of time that you can possibly spend off the boat. I love the idea, how they were talking about on air call yesterday. It was just really funny. It was really candid, off script, non-scripted, and we're like, this is like on The Bachelor. It's a private island, and you can wade all around, and the water only comes up to your knees, and I am just seeing all of the fun things that can be done. And I just think it's going to be an amazing, amazing experience.
Yeah. I'm super excited about the water just up to your knees. Like that excites me.
Yeah, because y'all know Dana and Holly cannot swim, and I don't like to not be able to see my feet.
Yes. Jen Weir's husband had to save my life, so I'm glad it's only to my knees this time. But, all right, so let's keep going, ladies, with what's next. So, last year we had all these groups, and I know it could be confusing, and it was a lot of work for Holly and I, and we had this Step It Up 1 group and the Step It Up 2 group, and some of you guys were in both of them, and it was like, which group is what, and it was confusing. So, this year we're trying to make it more simple or simplify our lives, and if you... Some people need an accountability partner. They work well with a partner. They need that push. And some people do well just doing it on their own. They set their goal. They know what they need to do, and they're good. So you know what kind of person you are. So all you have to do, if you want an accountability partner for this LIT earning period, someone to push you, someone to check in, So if Teresa says she's going to book 3 parties for October, then she's going to have somebody say, Teresa, have you done that yet? You know, and she hadn't, then she'll get a kick in the tail. So some people need that. So you just have to reach out to Holly and I as soon as possible, and we're going to give you guys a deadline of, what do you think, Friday? I mean, you should be able to tell us by Friday if you want a partner. And Holly and I will partner you with an accountability partner, and that'll be your pal, your person. I love this. It says, this is out of Proverbs 27. It says, as iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend. And it's really, really true. So, and you know, we're more than friends here. We are definitely sisters, and I think we can definitely sharpen each other. So if accountability partner is what you need or what you're desiring or you think you need it, let Holly and I know, and we guys will partner you up, and that'll just be your partner. And we'll actually even have a little group for you guys that you can kind of share and talk in, and maybe you don't know what an accountability partner does, and that's something that we can kind of coach you guys through as we go out. All right, so I'm gonna wait. Stephanie, I got your question, and I'll take it at the end, okay? So.
Oh, I was typing the answer. I just looked it up.
Okay, good deal. All right, good deal. All right, so next thing is Holly.
Okay. All right, so Dana is, yep, she's flipping my slides. Here we go. So I just wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you ladies about this. I think that this is so encouraging and gives us so much room for growth. Did you guys pick up on that 21% of all of the LIT earners for the 2016 trip that you guys just went on were non-leaders at the start of this trip? So that means, you know, here are the breakdowns. There were 66 total consultants that earned and 146 total senior consultants. And out of those senior consultants, 7 of them earned the Ultra Trip, and there was 1 consultant that earned the Ultra Trip. So that was so motivating and so much of a push that these women, you know, they were all in and working so hard. And I really think that we need to utilize that we need to capitalize that, and we need to do so early this year as compared to later. I know that myself in the past as a leader, looking at other up-and-coming potential leaders, you know, you may have your couple that are on your radar, but then, you know, it's like the last 2 months of the earning period, and you're like, oh crap, you know, Susie or Sally consultant over here, she could possibly, she's getting close, she could earn this. So we need to put these people on our radar from the very beginning, and just see, you know, reach out, see, ask, shoot live videos, see who is interested in possibly earning this trip for 2017.
How do I screenshot this?
So there's a button.
What kind of,
yeah.
do you have a Mac or do you have a HP?
HP.
There should be a button at the top in the function key that says print screen.
Yeah.
Like if you hit print screen and then like you open it up and like just open up Paint, if you hit the paste button, it'll come up and then you can do stuff with it from there.
Hey, but Robin, I can send you the picture too if you don't want to go through that trouble.
Okay, I need to learn how to do that. That'd be great, Dana, because I just tried to, nothing's pulling up, so that'd be great. Thanks.
Yep, and but it is when you do it like here, like you got all our pictures are still in this screen. So
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I love y'all, though.
I know.
She might be more motivated to do something with this, Dana, if she saw your picture every time she looked at it.
Oh, I don't know about that, especially not today. So, okay, all right. Are you good, Holly?
I think so.
Okay, so while Holly shared that, that brings us to our next thing, which is the Drive program. And Holly and I have been kind of talking it up for about a week now. We are just finishing up our program we did a couple months ago when we did a drive for re-promotes. So those are for our leaders who, you know, kind of just a accountability group almost in a way with a training to get our girls who desire leadership again to re-promote. So this one is going to be similar, but it's for our rising stars per se, or our potentials. So here we are on the road we're going to get ready to start this drive program, and it's called Drive on the Road to Director. So we're going to kind of go over what is it. Just make sure everybody feels really comfortable with it before they, commit themselves to this. Like Holly shared that statistic, 21% of the earners from last year's trip were not even directors at the time. That's amazing. Lou shared with us, and he shared again on the call today, that this can be huge. This can be huge for growing our teams. This can be huge for growing our directors. So some of us are sitting at a point in our 31 journey right now where we need more directors. Some of you guys don't necessarily need, but that's your goal, to promote up to the next level. So you need directors as well. So that's kind of where this program is coming from. The old saying is, you get where you want to be in life by helping others. And that's what this program is going to be about. We're going to get where we want to be, whether it's earn this trip or, be at a certain title. But we get there through helping each other and helping others. So super excited about this. So what is it? It's a Rising Star program in a way. Some of you guys have been with us for years. You've been through Holly and I's programs together. I know many of my leaders on this call tonight have went through a Rising Star program in some form or fashion. So that is kind of what this is. It will be a one-on-one coaching call each week with you, okay? So let's say Robin, if she has a girl that has accepted the Drive invitation, Robin will be responsible for doing a one-on-one call each week kind of deal. Holly, am I getting into what you're supposed to share?
A little bit.
Sorry, I do that a lot. Go ahead, Holly.
No, you are good. And something I will say that Lou said to us yesterday, and since we had a call yesterday and we had a call today, I think I'm kind of keeping straight what was said when, but one of the things that really hit me, that some people initially had some pushback about it being a cruise, and then there was some just super tremendous amounts of excitement after they were sharing everything. But one of the things that really hit me, and it got things to clicking in my mind and kind of the light bulb went off, he was saying that, we don't see advertisements on TV for the Dominican Republic. Like, they don't run their own commercials and things like that. So not necessarily your average person, your average consultant is relating with that trip, but that Carnival and these big cruise lines, that they are advertising for us, so that every person, if they have a TV, they can relate to that, and they are going to, have some drive and some desire to possibly want to go on this trip because it's something that they've seen. So even people that have never been on an inclusive trip, they're thinking like, hey, I want that. That's doable. So that was kind of a light bulb for me to make me think that more people may want this. Okay, so we're talking about Drive. So back to driving your cruise ship. So let's talk about our role within this Drive program as leaders. You might be thinking, okay, well, you and Dana are going to run this, but what do I have to do? So here is what your requirements to be a participant in this program and invite your girls to participate are going to be. You need to send out your invite to all of the people that you want to participate by the 2nd. That's this Sunday. We will send you the invite to use, but you need to send it out by Sunday at the latest. Here is the slide of our dates. So Dana and I talked about this today. We are going to do a live Zoom kickoff on October the 9th. That will give the girls, a little less than a week to figure out if they're going to participate or not. If you have that invitation out by the 2nd, our kickoff event is going to be on the 9th. Then for 6 weeks, it is going to be your requirement, your job as a leader, to have a one-on-one coaching call with your participants. This call needs to be about 30 minutes long. It shouldn't be longer than that. And there's going to be a script of questions and things that we want you to talk about that Dana and I will provide for each of you to use with those girls. But you need to take into account, if you invite 2 people to participate, that's a minimum of at least an hour a week that you are going to have to put in, because you're going to need to be doing a one-on-one coaching with each of those women. And then on top of that, we need you to be present in her business. You need to know when she's partying. you need to know when she's partying. You need to keep those dates on your calendar so that you can reach out to her and encourage her before she goes. So the next day you can reach out to her and say, hey, how did your party go? And you can talk about it. You want to know who's on her radar for recruiting. We just want to make sure that we are woohooing, encouraging, lifting these women up on a regular weekly basis. So again, be present in their business. Do your one-on-one call, and then as you can see, it says check-in Facebook events. So each week on Sunday night, after you've done your one-on-one call with them during the week, we are going to have a Facebook event, a Facebook group per se, or an event where we go in and everyone, us as leaders and all of the women that are participating, we are going to post things about our call that week, and there's going to be lots of talk and communication where those women can then learn from one another. We'll wrap up on the 27th of November. So after 6 weeks, that very next week will be the 27th. And then Dana and I thought it would be a great idea, that is the last Sunday in November, to take the month of December off, because there's only a small amount of time that you can be partying before Christmas cutoff, but to take December off. But then that very first Sunday, well, it's technically the second Sunday, but we don't want to do that on New Year's. But on January 8th, for us to do another live Zoom check-in so that we can gear these women back up. We can get them encouraged, and we can get them driving themselves forward in their business. So Dana, I'm going to give it back to you for you to talk about requirements for who our leaders should be inviting.
Sure. Yeah. So, and we kind of been chatting with that. I loved you guys' feedback who joined into our, thread on who should you be inviting. We've done these programs where they had to already be a senior consultant, but Holly and I have decided that is not going to be a requirement this time. I think we've got some new girls, and maybe they're not new, but we've got some grave potential already. And I hate to put a cap on they had to be a senior consultant. I know I promoted to a senior consultant 1 month, and the next month I turn around and promoted to a director. So I don't want to hold them back saying they have to be a senior consultant. So it's up to you. I want you guys to do this based upon, all right, we got 10 minutes where they're going to charge us. Gotta love that. I ain't paying no more, so we got to wrap this thing up. But so who are you looking at? Someone who is in their business, who is consistently putting in sales, and I would say at least 800, plus, more closer to 1,000 each month. Someone who is just started recruiting. Maybe in the last couple of months, she's added 2 or 3 people to her team. So, and then have those conversations with ladies on your team. I would just throw it out there, throw the cruise ship out there, kind of get a feel. Like Holly said, we never know who might be interested in this. And this cruise is going to be a huge driving factor. Someone maybe never would have thought about leadership, but now wants to earn this trip. And we can kind of show her what leadership is all about. Again, I want to give you guys a caution, because you know how your weeks get, and you can have really good intentions and say, okay, I'm going to have 5 people do this. But that is, y'all help me, 5 times, that's 3 hours a week solely, or is that 2.5?
2.5.
But still say 3, because somebody's going to talk over. That's 3 hours a week solely above everything else you've been doing on the phone. So I just want to caution you, don't go in this and overbook yourself. Because when you commit to this program, it's a commitment on your half too. And the other thing is, those one-on-one calls are essential. You have to have that one-on-one call before the Sunday checkup, or your girl is going to be completely lost and just feel like she doesn't know what she's doing. So really, as far as who do you ask, that's totally up to you. And if you're struggling and you're like, okay, I don't know who to ask, reach out to Holly and I, and we can take a peek at your numbers, solely your numbers, and kind of see who we think you should invite. All right, so we're going to open it up for questions about the program or anything else that you guys heard tonight. Holly and I will have all the resources. You guys will get your coaching worksheet on what you're talking about. Holly and I will upload all of the Facebook trainings for Sunday nights. We will also give you guys the invitation. You can mail in the mail or email or text message, however you want to do it. You can really put your spin on this and make it yours.
And I will say, Dana and I are still deciding. It will depend on how many people you invite and how many people respond back that they are going to participate, whether this will be something that she and I lead to. Like, it will be the exact same program because the program is already created, but is this something that we do as our sister SED lineage, much like we've done in the past, or is it something where I need to take my directors and Holly lead one and Dana lead another with her directors? Because if there is too many women in it, they may feel lost on some of these Zoom calls and in the Facebook check-in. So, and we will let you know as we get closer to that October 9th date, whether or not we'll be doing it together or separate.
Yes. So what we need you guys to do is send us an email is the best thing, because Facebook messages really get lost. So if you ever send me a Facebook message and I don't respond, I am not ignoring you. Send it to me again, because it just got lost. Like, I probably read it when I was driving and didn't respond. So you will email whoever your SED is, me or Holly, and tell us if you're participating and the list of people you're inviting. That way we can kind of get a gauge of, do we need to do this together or do we need to do it separate? Once we'll have a Facebook group set up. Once your rising star person accepts and wants to be in the program, you will add her to this Facebook event, or group, I should say.
And I will just interject for just a second, because we do want to have you guys to have 5 minutes or so to ask questions. But we have had really good participation. Initially, we thought with doing the drive program, we did the same type of program if you didn't participate, for those that had leaders that had demoted in the past and may be interested in re-promoting. We just wrapped that up, and the Facebook events on Sunday nights, those were really great. We had tons of participation, and I just think that those women really like to not always have to be like live face-to-face on a Zoom and all of that, so it just worked out really well.
Yeah. All right, so let's take your questions, and maybe you guys think you've got something that Holly and I hadn't thought about, or any questions you may have about the drive program or the trip.
Yes, I'm just wondering, so their requirements basically are to touch base or have a call with me once a week, and then a Facebook event on Sunday afternoon. So that's their requirements to be in this program.
Yes. And they will have some homework, Robin. So like after you talk to them, there will be a little bit of homework that they have to do. Not a lot, but
We had said like plan on investing an hour and a half in their business a week. Say an hour and a half to 2 hours with doing the calls and the homework.
And the Facebook checkup, I think, yeah. Which in an hour of that is a Facebook checkup and
The call with you.
Yeah.
And then come January, February, March, is this continuing?
Yeah. So that's a really good question, Robin. And I was talking to a leader today, and I said, I feel like that's part of me being a leader. I can, like, after doing so many of these, I can see where I failed. And I really feel like after I do a program, it's like, okay, you're done. See ya. So my hope and my goal here is to have these follow-ups, have these check-in touch points. So it's not like, okay, we're done, go do this kind of deal. Now, after the 6 weeks on November 20th, they will be signed a road trip buddy. So in this program, after our 6 weeks together of the Facebook and the coaching calls, they will have a road trip buddy who will be their accountability partner. So that accountability partner will be, going back and forth with them through January. And then my plan is to have some kind of touch point, whether it be a Facebook training or a Zoom or something, every month leading up, at least leading up till the end of the earning period.
Okay.
Are there any alternates that we can work with? Probably the top person on my list is actually getting married in October. So can we work around that a little bit with her?
Well, the only thing thing that are live are like the October 9th and the November 27th and January 8th events.
Okay.
The others are just on Facebook. So if she had to miss one of those because she was on her honeymoon, I mean, she very much could come back in the week, after the fact and pick herself up. If she
Okay. I think that's just before I approach her, want to make sure that between the wedding and the honeymoon that she's not gonna.
And Tiffany, I just did this program and one of my girls had been sick some. So like I had to do 2 weeks in 1 week. I mean, that's not ideal, but if you want to do that, if you wanted to stick on this schedule, you definitely can.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, if this works, they say promoting director should be a revolving door. It's something we should be continuously doing. Like every, couple months, you should be doing a new program. So, I mean, we can see how this goes. And if it's going great, then we'll start up a new program maybe, in January or February.
Okay.
Any other questions? I'm sorry, you guys. I know it's kind of noisy tonight. Either somebody sleeping or vacuuming or.
We're outside.
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
And I will say it looks like it's going to cut us off in about a minute. I have a lot of videos to shoot tonight, so I know I'll be up for a while. I see Dana's down in the office, so if you have any questions that you want to post in our DealMine Directors group, we will be in and out of there tonight, so you can hop in there and ask your questions there as well.
Sure, yes. And look, post in our group and tag a sister you missed tonight. We have 30 leaders, and it looks like we have 13 or 12 on. So if you see a sister who didn't make it, and I know life happens and we can't always be on, just let them know you missed her. Sometimes that encouraging word goes a long way. So
Yes.
we appreciate you guys so much. Like Holly said, shoot us a message and let us know if you have any questions that come up tonight, and let us know if you want to participate.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.